Did you know there are cars so reliable and affordable that dealerships prefer they didn't exist? Sounds like a conspiracy theory, right? But think about it for a second. When you walk into a dealership, what do they push on you? 84-month financing plans, overpriced extended warranties, and mandatory maintenance packages that cost more than the car itself. But here's the truth. There are used cars out there, so well built, with mechanics so simple and reliable that you don't need any of that garbage. Vehicles you can buy cash, maintain at any independent shop, and drive for 10 years without drama. And that, my friend, is what dealerships really don't want you to discover. Today I'm going to reveal 3 cars that dealerships absolutely hate, not because they're bad, but precisely because they're too good. Cars that don't need constant trips to the service bay, don't require overpriced OEM parts, and definitely won't leave you stranded every 2 months forcing you back to the dealer. We're talking about vehicles that lost over 50% of their value on paper, but mechanically are still practically brand new. If you're tired of getting ripped off at dealerships, if you're looking for a car that actually works without needing a mortgage to maintain it, stick around until the end because number 1 has an engine so indestructible, it can literally go over 250,000 miles without major engine work. I'm not exaggerating. We're talking about engines that start on the first try, even in extreme temperatures, transmissions that handle abuse without flinching, and designs so simple that any neighborhood mechanic can fix them with their eyes closed. Welcome to AutoNexus. Get ready because what's coming is going to hurt the wallets of more than a few dealership salesmen. Let's get started. We're starting strong with a compact you've probably seen a million times everywhere, but never gave it the respect it deserves. I'm talking about the Honda Civic from the 2006 to 2011 generations. Yeah, that compact that when you see it, you think, oh, it's just a Civic, and you keep scrolling, looking for something more exciting or modern. But let me tell you something that's going to completely change your perspective. Dealerships hate this car with a passion. Why? Because it's so reliable, so mechanically simple, and so easy to maintain that after they sell it to you, you never step foot in the dealership again. You don't need their expensive maintenance packages. You don't need their special diagnostic computers. You don't need absolutely anything from them. And for a dealership that lives off post-sale service revenue, that's a nightmare. The Honda Civic 2006 to 2011 is like that employee who always shows up early, never calls in sick, and does their job without ever complaining. It's not glamorous, it won't win beauty contests, but it's exactly what you need if you want to sleep peacefully, knowing your car will work tomorrow, the day after, and 10 years from now. Why is it so cheap if it's so good? Here's the data that's going to surprise you. A Civic 2006 to 2011 in good condition you can find between $4,500 and $7,500 depending on mileage and location. Compare that to a brand new 2026 Civic that costs over $28,000. You're literally paying 20% of the price for a car that mechanically does exactly the same thing. Gets you from point A to point B without failing. It's like finding an appliance from 15 years ago that works better than the new ones with all their touch screens and complicated electronics. And here's the secret dealerships won't tell you. In terms of pure mechanical reliability, the Civic 2006 to 2011 is equal to or better than the new models. First, let's talk about what really matters, the engine. The Civic 2006 to 2011 came primarily with the 1.8-liter R18 engine, developing around 140 horsepower. And here's where it gets interesting. This engine was designed with a philosophy that barely exists in the industry anymore. Extreme durability above everything else. This engine is naturally aspirated. No turbo, no excessive electronic complications, no problematic direct injection. It's the kind of engine that if you give it oil, changes every 5,000 to 8,000 miles, and minimum basic care, it will easily last you over 250,000 miles without touching the engine. And when I say without touching the engine, I mean exactly that. No rebuild, no piston replacement, no internal component replacement. Independent mechanics love these engines because they're ridiculously simple to diagnose and repair. You don't need $20,000 special equipment like with modern European cars. A wrench, a basic multimeter, and experience is all you need. Parts are abundant and cheap. Honda literally sold millions of Civics with these engines worldwide, which means there's support infrastructure absolutely everywhere. There are documented testimonials of Civics that exceed 300,000 miles with basic maintenance. It's not urban legend. It's verifiable reality. Oil, filters, spark plugs, and fluids. That's it. It's not magic. It's well-executed Japanese engineering. Let's talk about the transmission now, because this is where modern cars turn into ticking time bombs. The Civic 2006 to 2011 came with two options, 5-speed manual or 5-speed automatic. And here I have to stop to emphasize something crucial. The Civic's automatic transmission is a conventional torque converter box that's existed for decades. It's not a problematic CVT that overheats. It's not a delicate dual clutch. It's a traditional automatic. Boring, old school in design, and practically indestructible. This 5-speed transmission is so robust it handles abuse that would make a modern CVT cry. You can find Civics with 220,000 miles with the original transmission working perfectly. The shifts are smooth, predictable, and won't surprise you with jerks or dramatic overheating. Maintenance? Fluid change every 60,000 to 80,000 miles, and that's it. You don't need to take it to the dealer so they can charge you $300 for a change any shop can do for $50. The Civic 2006 to 2011 fuel consumption is excellent with the 1.8-liter engine. We're talking 28 to 32 miles per gallon in the city and 35 to 40 miles per gallon highway with moderate driving. For a compact with this interior space and this power, those numbers are impressive. Many smaller cars consume the same or more. And best of all, these numbers are real, not like the lies they put in new car brochures where they promise 50 miles per gallon that you'll never achieve in real life. The interior of the Civic 2006 to 2011 is spacious for a compact. The front seats are comfortable with decent support. The rear seats have real space for adults. Not that fake space where people ride with their knees in their face. The trunk is generous with approximately 12 cubic feet of capacity. You can fit suitcases for the whole family, grocery shopping, or luggage without problems. Interior materials aren't premium, but they're well assembled and resist the passage of time without falling apart. Honda used hard plastics but durable ones that don't disintegrate with sun or heat, like other modern cars with their soft touch plastics that melt in 2 years. The most equipped EX and EXL versions come with air conditioning, decent audio system, power controls, sunroof in top versions. It's not cutting-edge technology, but it works and doesn't become obsolete or problematic. Here comes the truth nobody tells you. Dealerships don't make money selling cars. They make money on financing, extended warranties, maintenance packages, and post-sale repairs. A Civic 2006 to 2011 completely ruins that business model. You buy it cash. You don't need 72-month financing with stratospheric interest rates. You don't need extended warranties. The car is so reliable that warranties are a waste of money. Maintenance. At any shop, you don't need to go to the dealership for anything. Generic parts available. You're not forced to buy overpriced original OEM parts. For a dealership, selling you a used Civic is literally losing a customer forever. That's why they prefer to push you towards new cars with eternal contracts that tie you to them for years. If you're looking for a reliable car, economical to maintain with excellent fuel consumption, and that will literally never leave you stranded, the Honda Civic 2006 to 2011 is the smartest decision you can make. Dealerships know it, independent mechanics know it, satisfied owners know it, but the agencies will do everything possible so you don't know it because your automotive independence is their worst nightmare. Now that you know the first rebel on our list, get ready because the next one is a car with Skyactiv technology so efficient it defies the laws of physics. With design that looks European but with Japanese reliability. Let's go. We arrive at the second car on our list, and this is one that compact sedan dealerships hate with fury. I'm talking about the Mazda 3 from the 2010 to 2013 generations. Yeah, that sporty compact that when you see it on the street you think looks nice, but you keep scrolling, looking for your Corolla. But before you keep scrolling, let me tell you something that's going to completely change your opinion about this car. The Mazda 3 2010 to 2013 is the result of years of Japanese engineering focused on making a compact that doesn't sacrifice efficiency for fun or design for reliability, and they achieved it in an impressive way. This car arrived on the market with Mazda's Skyactiv philosophy, which basically means more efficient engines, lighter chassis, better handling, and fuel consumption that embarrasses the competition. It's not empty marketing. It's real technology that works. Before talking about mechanics, we have to mention something important. The Mazda 3 2010 to 2013 has a design that has aged exceptionally well. While other compacts from that era already look dated, the Mazda 3 still looks modern, elegant, and with lines that don't go out of style. Mazda applied its Kodo design philosophy, which means soul of motion, and the result is a compact that looks more expensive than it really is. It looks German in design, but with Japanese reliability in mechanics, and that for many smart buyers is the perfect combination. Here comes the really good stuff. The Mazda 3 2010 to 2013 mounts a 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine, with Skyactiv technology developing around 155 horsepower. This engine is naturally aspirated without turbo, which means fewer components that can fail and more long-term durability. But the impressive thing isn't the power, it's the efficiency. Mazda achieved something that seemed impossible. Create a naturally aspirated engine with an extremely high compression ratio, 13:1 on gasoline, that extracts more energy from each drop of fuel without sacrificing reliability. In real terms, we're talking about a compact that gives you 28 to 32 miles per gallon in the city and 37 to 40 miles per gallon highway. For a car with this size and this power, those numbers are exceptional. Many smaller compacts consume almost the same, so you're gaining space and fun without sacrificing efficiency. And here comes the data that mechanics love. The Skyactiv 2.0-liter engine is simple. No problematic direct injection in these generations, no turbos that fail, no complicated cylinder deactivation systems. It's a modern, naturally aspirated engine that combines technology with simplicity. Give it basic maintenance every 8,000 miles, and this engine will easily last you over 200,000 miles without major problems. The transmission also deserves special mention. The Mazda 3 2010 to 2013 comes with a 6-speed Skyactiv automatic transmission, which is conventional, not CVT. The shifts are quick, smooth, and predictable. It's not the most modern transmission in today's market, but it's solid as a rock and doesn't give problems if you do preventive maintenance. Mazda calibrated this transmission to work in perfect harmony with the engine, which results in imperceptible shifts in the city and quick response when you need to pass on the highway. It's a boring transmission in the best possible sense. It does its job without calling attention and won't leave you stranded. Here's where the Mazda 3 really separates from the competition. While other compacts were designed for maximum comfort and smoothness, the Mazda 3 was designed to be fun to drive. The suspension is perfectly calibrated to absorb city bumps without being too soft. When you get to a road with curves, the Mazda 3 feels planted, confident, and genuinely fun. The steering is direct, the body doesn't roll excessively in curves, and the whole experience is more like a sports car than a family compact. It's more fun to drive than a Corolla, without a doubt. And this doesn't sacrifice comfort. The seats are comfortable with good support, the noise level is low for a compact, and the driving position gives you excellent visibility. It's the perfect balance between sportiness and practicality. The interior of the Mazda 3 is where Mazda proved it can compete with more expensive brands. The materials are superior quality compared to other compacts of its era. The dashboard has modern design with clean lines, the plastics don't feel cheap, and everything is well assembled. Interior space is generous. The front seats are wide and comfortable, perfect for long trips. The rear seats have decent space for adults, although it's not the most spacious in the segment. The trunk has capacity of around 12 cubic feet, which is enough for daily use. The Touring and Grand Touring versions come very well equipped. Touchscreen with infotainment system, backup camera, automatic climate control, leather seats in top versions, sunroof, Bose sound system in equipped versions. It's technology that a few years ago you only found in luxury cars. A Mazda 3 2010 to 2013 in good condition you can find between $5,000 and $8,000 depending on year, mileage, and equipment. Compare that to a Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla from the same year that easily cost between $7,000 and $10,000. You're saving thousands of dollars for a car that's more fun to drive, more efficient in consumption, and with more elegant design. So what's the catch? The catch is that Mazda doesn't have the same resale value reputation as Honda or Toyota in America. People think that because it's not Toyota or Honda, it can't be as reliable, but that's completely false. Mazda has proven time and time again that it can make extremely reliable vehicles. The Mazda 3 has excellent owner satisfaction indices and reported problems are minimal compared to the competition. The most common complaints are minor things like brake pad wear or battery replacement, which are normal maintenance on any vehicle. If you're looking for a modern, efficient, fun-to-drive compact with design that doesn't go out of style and costs much less than the obvious options, the Mazda 3 2010 to 2013 is a smart decision. While everyone fights over the overvalued Corolla, you can have a better calibrated car for thousands of dollars less. And now, we arrive at number 1, the car that has one of the most legendary engines on this list. An engine so reliable that Subaru used it for decades in millions of vehicles. Get ready, because this is the one that's going to surprise you the most. We arrive at the third and final car on our list, and this is the one that excites me the most because it's probably the best kept secret in the used car market. I'm talking about the Subaru Legacy from the 2010 to 2014 generations. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. Subaru? Aren't those the weird cars with all-wheel drive that nobody knows? Let me tell you something that's going to blow your mind completely. The Subaru Legacy isn't just another sedan, it's a mid-size sedan with standard all-wheel drive, legendary boxer engine, and Japanese reliability that the American market completely ignores because the Subaru brand is less known here. And that market ignorance is your golden opportunity because while everyone fights over used Accords that cost between $9,000 and $13,000, you can get a better equipped Legacy with all-wheel drive and legendary engine for between $7,000 and $11,000. It's like finding a $100 bill in the pocket of pants you thought were empty. Here comes the part that's going to make you want to go look for one right now. The Subaru Legacy mounts the legendary 2.5-liter four-cylinder boxer engine developing around 170 horsepower. And when I say legendary, I'm not exaggerating one bit. Subaru's boxer engine is considered one of the most reliable and balanced engine designs ever manufactured by a Japanese brand. This engine is extremely robust and lasts hundreds of thousands of miles without major problems if given basic maintenance. Why is this engine so reliable? First, because it's a mature design that Subaru perfected over decades. It's a naturally aspirated four-cylinder horizontally opposed engine, which means the pistons move horizontally instead of vertically. This unique design offers better balance, less vibration, and lower center of gravity. It's Japanese engineering at its maximum expression, proven, refined, and practically indestructible. There are no turbos to fail in this naturally aspirated version. No problematic direct injection that generates carbon buildup. No complicated cylinder deactivation systems. It's a simple engine in the best possible sense. There are literally hundreds of thousands of examples of Subaru Boxer engines that exceed 250,000 miles without major rebuild, only with basic preventive maintenance, oil changes every 8,000 miles, fluid changes when due, and replacement of normal wear parts like spark plugs and accessory belts. That's it. Mechanics who know Subaru love these engines because when one arrives at the shop, they know exactly what to expect. No unpleasant surprises, no mysterious failures, no hidden design problems. It's an engine that does its job day after day, year after year, without complaining. Here's where the Legacy really shines and differs from any Accord or Camry. The Subaru Legacy comes with symmetrical all-wheel drive standard. It's not optional, it's not a basic system added as an afterthought. It's permanent all-wheel drive designed from scratch as a fundamental part of the car. What does this mean in real life? That you have a spacious and comfortable mid-size sedan that handles like an all-wheel drive vehicle in any condition. Heavy rain, wet roads, dirt roads, light snow. The Legacy plants and moves forward without drama while other sedans are spinning or stuck. It's like having an SUV in terms of traction and safety, but with the efficiency and handling of a sedan. And best of all, this all-wheel drive system is mechanical, simple, and proven over decades. It's not complicated electronics that fail, doesn't need special diagnostics. It simply works. Now, to be completely honest, the Legacy 2010 to 2014 comes with CVT transmission. And here I have to make an important clarification. Subaru's CVT has a better reputation than Nissan's or Mitsubishi's CVT, which are problematic. Subaru has been using CVT for years and has refined the design to be more reliable. However, like any CVT, it requires strict maintenance. Fluid change every 60,000 miles without fail. If you find a Legacy with documented maintenance history where the CVT fluid was changed regularly, that car will last you without problems. If you find one that doesn't have history or where the previous owner ignored CVT maintenance, it's better to keep looking. This is the only weak point of the Legacy, but it's manageable if you buy the right example. The Legacy's suspension is calibrated to be comfortable without being soft. It absorbs city bumps well, but when you get to a road with curves, the car feels planted and confident. The permanent all-wheel drive combined with the low center of gravity of the Boxer engine results in a sedan that handles better than any front-wheel drive Accord or Camry. The feeling of security and control is superior, especially in adverse conditions. The Legacy's interior is spacious and well-equipped. The front seats are comfortable with good support. The rear seats have real space for adults. The trunk is generous with sufficient capacity for family use. Materials are good for their era, not premium but resistant and well assembled. The most equipped versions come with automatic climate control, leather seats, decent audio system, touchscreen in more recent years, sunroof. The Legacy's consumption with the 2.5-liter engine and permanent all-wheel drive is impressive. We're talking 24 to 28 miles per gallon in the city and 30 to 34 miles per gallon highway. For a midsize sedan with permanent all-wheel drive, those numbers are exceptional. Many front-wheel drive sedans consume almost the same without giving you the all-wheel drive advantage. A Subaru Legacy, 2010 to 2014 in good condition, you can find between $7,000 and $11,000, depending on year mileage and equipment. Compare that to a Honda Accord from the same year that costs similar or more, and you're getting all-wheel drive, legendary Boxer engine, and better traction in all conditions. So, what's the catch? The catch is simple. The Subaru brand is less known in America compared to Honda and Toyota. People don't know the brand as well, don't know it's Japanese super reliable, and are afraid there won't be parts or support. But that's a myth. Subaru shares many components with other Japanese brands. Engine, brake, suspension parts are available from specialized distributors. Any competent mechanic who knows how to work on Japanese cars can maintain a Subaru without problems. It's literally a reliable Japanese sedan with permanent all-wheel drive and legendary engine for the same price or less than a front-wheel drive Accord. It's like finding a designer suit at a thrift store for generic clothing prices. If you're looking for a spacious, well-equipped sedan with permanent all-wheel drive, legendary engine that lasts forever, and costs less than the obvious options, the Subaru Legacy 2010 to 2014 is probably one of the best used purchases you can make today. Mechanics who know the brand know it, Subaru enthusiasts know it, but the general market completely ignores it, and with that, we close the list. 3 completely different cars, but with something in common. They're all being unjustly ignored by a market that prefers to pay double for more famous names. The Honda Civic 2006 to 2011 with its practically indestructible R18 engine that exceeds 250,000 miles without major rebuild. A spacious, comfortable, and reliable compact that costs 40% less than a new Civic. While everyone fights over new cars with eternal financing, you can have the same Japanese reliability for thousands of dollars less. The Mazda 3 2010 to 2013 with its revolutionary Skyactiv technology, Kodo design that looks European premium, and a naturally aspirated engine that defies the laws of physics with its efficiency. A compact that gives you 37 to 40 miles per gallon highway. That's fun to drive like a sports car, but practical like a family car. And all that for thousands of dollars less than a Corolla from the same year, which is more boring and less efficient, and the Subaru Legacy 2010 to 2014. The best-kept secret in the used market. The midsize sedan with permanent all-wheel drive, legendary Boxer engine, safe handling in any condition, and equipment that a few years ago you only found in luxury cars. A sedan that gives you the security of an SUV but maintains like a reliable Japanese car for the price of a used Accord. You know what's the most interesting thing about these three cars? That the people who have them don't want to sell them. Ask any Civic owner with 200,000 miles if they'd sell it. They'll tell you no, because they know they won't find another reliable car for that price. Ask any Mazda 3 owner if they regret not buying the more expensive Corolla. They'll tell you the Mazda is more fun, more efficient, and better equipped. And the few who know the Subaru Legacy simply don't understand why the rest of the market ignores it. It's like having access to a secret club where everyone knows they have something special, but nobody outside realizes it. These aren't cars for people who want to impress the neighbors. They're cars for smart people who know how to look beyond the logo and the marketing. For people who understand that a reliable car isn't the one with the most famous name, but the one with the best engineering and the most reasonable price. Because at the end of the day, what matters isn't showing off that you drive this or that brand. What matters is having a car that takes you from point A to point B without leaving you stranded, that doesn't ruin your wallet and maintenance, and that when you sell it in 5 or 10 years still has value because it's working perfectly. Now I ask you, which of these three caught your attention the most? The Civic with its indestructible R18 engine, the Mazda 3 with its elegant design and brutal efficiency, or the Legacy with its permanent all-wheel drive and legendary boxer engine? Leave it in the comments down below because I love reading your opinions, your experiences, and your stories. And if you already own one of these cars, please tell me how your experience has been. How many miles does it have? What problems have you had? Do you regret the purchase, or is it the best car you've ever had? Your experience can help someone who's right now deciding what car to buy and doesn't know whether to trust these models. If this video helped you, if you learned something new, if it opened your eyes to options you didn't have on your radar, give me a like. It helps the algorithm show this content to more people who need this information. And if you're not subscribed to AutoNexus yet, subscribe now, because every week we bring content like this. Honest analysis, verified data, smart options that salesmen won't tell you about. And before you go, let me ask you something else. Is there any car you consider a hidden gem that the market is ignoring? Any model you have or know that's super reliable but nobody looks for? Leave it in the comments because I'm always looking for ideas for future videos. Remember, the smartest car isn't the most expensive or the most famous. It's the one that gives you the most value for your money, lasts years without drama, and doesn't make you lose sleep wondering if it's going to fail tomorrow. These three cars are exactly that. See you in the next video.